Congressman Jamaal Bowman.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Really an honor to be here. Thank you so much for allowing me to say a few words. I just want to thank you all. Thank you all for your commitment. Thank you for your care. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being relentless on this issue. Because if you are not relentless, my colleagues in Congress are not going to respond in the way that they need to respond to the urgency of the moment. If you're not relentless, the White House is not going to respond. And as you know, this is not just about the federal government, even though the federal government is the biggest wielder of power. We have to do it state by state, county by county, city by city, to change the consciousness of our country so that everyone understands the emergency and the catastrophe that we are currently living through. Now, many people do understand it, but take New York City as an example. Think about the impact of the Canadian forest fires on New York City, when for the first time they were literally living through it, living with orange skies and breathing in smoke that came all the way from Canada. That event changed the consciousness of so many in New York City. And New York City has the power to put the pressure on Senator Schumer and many others to make sure we do what needs to be done on the Senate side of Congress. But as you know, and I'm so happy to meet my brother here from West Virginia. Thank you so much for organizing West Virginia, because West Virginia, from the outside looking in, seems so hopeless. Like, what the hell are we going to do in West Virginia? Trump won by so much in that state, and Manchin continues to caucus with Republicans despite all of the environmental injustice that's been happening. So to see you here tonight, you give me so much hope that will keep me going and fighting in Congress. So thank you. Your urgent activism and organizing matters absolutely. You also know that elections matter as well. And next year we have a huge one. Everybody's looking at the president, yes, and the House and flipping the House. But we got 33 Senate seats up for grabs. And so many people have conceded that many of those states are red states, Republican states. There's nothing we can do about that. I say that's bullshit. The major issue is voter turnout. If we increase voter turnout in these historically red states, they can become blue states. But as we know, every blue ain't down for the cause the way we're down for the cause. So it's about getting the right Democrats in Congress, not just any Democrat into Congress. And so what you represent is the power that we need that's going to transform America and humanity forever. Like, literally, this is our save humanity moment.
Yes. Yep.
Climate is Thanos, you are the Avengers. And I will use the full authority of my office and the power of my voice to support the work that you do. So thank you. You can clap for that. And the last thing I want to say is this. You know we have to be in coalition to wield the collective power that's necessary to win climate justice and to win for humanity. So, as you all know, climate justice is healthcare justice.
Yes.
Climate justice is racial justice.
Yes.
Climate justice is justice in our housing, in our education, when we deal with poverty, when we talk about famine, when we talk about trauma, when we talk about despair, climate justice responds to each and every one of those things. So as we reimagine, redesign, and rebuild the human planet and the earth, we will do it with all of those things in mind. So we can't be in climate coalition without being in coalition with all the other issues that I mentioned. We agree? Because it's going to be that coalition that's going to get us to win huge next year and beyond. And that we've learned. We've learned from the previous president. We're learning from this Supreme Court. We're learning from so-called Democrat Manchin and Cinema and what they're stopping us from doing. Now that we've learned these lessons, we have to apply that learning to our major victories next year and then continue to fight for the rest of our lives. Because they will not stop fighting. They will not. So we are going to have to fight for the rest of our lives. Win big next year and then win for the rest of our lives. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having me. God bless you. Let's win. Let's go. West Virginia in the house. Yeah. Hugs. Everybody give hugs. I gotta run to a CPC thing, you know how it is, but I love you all. Reach out anytime. You're already in touch with my office, I think. So reach out anytime. Let's do some big stuff. Thank you so much.
One more time for Congressman Jamaal Bowman. He is one of the leaders he is really one of the voices that we really need on the front lines. And speaking of not only folks within political office, but it's the activists who live in these communities that are already being impacted and devastated by fossil fuel infrastructure like the Mountain Valley Pipeline. But their voices really have to be at the forefront of this. And speaking of one of the leading activists